Sandler submarine has helped me make millions of dollars. What are some things you could do on annual review? Holding money for a rainy day, it's not going to do you any good. What I need for John to do is get this thing ready for me, and we'll continue on. Any questions about the Sandler submarine at all? Any questions?
Is that like online?
Yeah.
That's like a thing I
Yeah.
can Google?
Just pull this. Yeah, you can print it off. You should even have Annie. Do we have them in the? You have it in your actual folder.
I think it's actually Sandler.com.
Yeah, you can go to Sandler. But what companies do is they bring in, they call Sandler, you know, like Exxon or Mobil, and they'll pay a guy 10 grand to come in and teach this day in and day out to all their sales staff. But if you just get the basics like I just went over, you can implement that in your business so quickly and so easily. It's not easy, but it takes time. Yes, sir.
What were the last two letters stand for on ANOT?
Ooh, I appreciate you taking the time.
Right.
Naturally, you're going to have some questions for me. Obviously, I'm going to have some questions for you. Typically, our call is going to take, or our meeting is going to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, however long. But ANOT, it's the best. It's the best just way to pattern interrupt. It changes everything. It sets the mood. And the Sandler submarine has helped me make millions of dollars. I mean, it's really a good thing. So, okay, so I've already kind of gone through myself and the future of insurance marketing. What do I think the future of insurance marketing is? Yeah. Yeah. So before everybody came down, I looked at everybody's websites here. How many of you have a website here? Okay. Yes? Yes. Yes. Okay, so half of you have websites, the other half don't. How many of you have a YouTube channel account? You do. What is that? A half raise? Full raise?
It's a YouTube.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. So hey, 1 out of 20. Not bad. How many of you have a Twitter account? Okay. Good. How many of you have Instagram? Okay. Yes. How many of you have Facebook? Now, the Facebooks that I saw of each one of you are all your family stuff.
Right.
You have a business one.
I don't have.
Okay. 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 So, are you posting to the Facebook business page every day? No. No. You don't know how. Hey, that's fine. I didn't either. Yeah. There you go. How many of you? Yes.
Doing with a securities business, it's really, really difficult. The compliance is absurd.
It is.
I mean, totally absurd. If I'm going to go on Facebook, I'm going to say, I'm a financial advisor with all this experience and knowledge, and really, you don't want to be using me.
Yeah.
And that will pass compliance.
Their sales. I call compliance the sales buzz killer. But compliance has never ever had a problem saying I'm a financial planner, I'm an annuity producer, I sell fixed index annuities and life insurance.
Yes, they do.
You know, hey, you know.
Use the word annuity.
That's fine. That's fine. That makes sense. Then we got a couple ways to work around the compliance department. So, but traditionally, most people in this room don't have an optimized business website that pulls up on Google #1 when somebody types in financial, annuity, life insurance. They're typically, no one's going to be #1 in here. But what you will see is, Prudential. You'll see Nationwide. You'll see Northwestern Mutual.
American Express.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. You'll see them always at the top, you know. And that's just because they're paying to be on the top. They run ads to be on the top. So nobody's in here really utilizing Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Nobody's doing that. So
Do you find like clients actually Googling annuity?
whew, I'm telling you. Remember how I was telling you YouTube is the #1 search engine now in the world. Google's #2. When an engineer meets with a customer, or a doctor meets with a financial planner, and they don't do the deal right then and there, they're going to go straight to YouTube and what was he talking about? Annuity. And what you want to be is the first one to pull up explaining the annuities, explaining life insurance. You want to be the first one to pull up every single time somebody types in the word retirement, Social Security maximization, financial planning, financial advising. And it's not just for the Prudentials and the American Expresses of the world. It's not. If you are constantly posting good content to your website or posting videos to YouTube of the services that you offer, you organically build to the top of the list. YouTube focuses on content, the most content. So I have this producer. Has anybody ever heard of Richard Berry before? Richard Berry. So in 2003, I went to meet with Mr. Richard Berry. I'd only been in the annuity business for about 2 or 3 years. I called him. He said, I write a lot of business. I said, can I come see you? And I went out and saw him in Dillon, South Carolina. It's on the border of North Carolina, South Carolina. Beautiful little town, tourist town. And I went out there and I showed him, my company that I work with. I got him licensed with, I think it was Jefferson Pilot before they were purchased by Lincoln. So, we went to eat, we ate lunch, we walked in to the restaurant. All the farmers shook his hand. How you doing? How you doing, Richard? How you doing? Small town. Everybody knows everybody. How you doing, Richard? I was like, how you doing too? Aren't you going to introduce me? No, shut up. Get back there. You don't embarrass me. So Richard, his business partner, was the mayor of Dillon, South Carolina. So they were both partners, and I didn't know how much he wrote. He just said, I write a lot. Come see me. So I went out and saw him. And then the next day, I called him back. I said, hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Hope everything's going great. Are you working on any annuity cases? Can you put some business with me now? And he says, yeah, I got a $500,000 sale I'm working on. Give me a quote. I sent him over a quote. Called him back the next day. Did you write the case? No, I didn't write the case. I wrote American Equity. Oh, man. So are you working on any other cases? Yeah, I got another case that I'm working on, and $300,000. Can I quote it? Yeah. Quote me a Jefferson Pilot, OptiPoint. I'll never forget it. So I sent him a quote over. Call him the next day. Did you write the case? What do you think he said?
No.
He said no. He said, I wrote it with American Equity. I was like, oh. Said, hey, you working on any other cases? He said, I'm always working on cases, Julian. How about $200,000? Gave me the client's information. I ran the quote, sent it over to him, and then I called him back the next day. Did you write the case? What do you think he said?
No.
I wrote it with? I said, that's it. I said, I'm not, I was, straight out of the Marine Corps, had a chip on my shoulder, thought I was everything. And I said, forget it. I don't want to be used like you're using me, and I'm done. Bye. And he said, fine, bye. Kind of laughed when he hung up. I don't know what the laugh was, but I'll tell you what the laugh was. So the next year, Dave Noble, American Equity's founder, came to our office, pulled up in a limo, got out, said, American Equity, we're giving $1 million away. I said, $1 million? They said, we're going to give $1 million away to our top annuity producer. We were all pumped up. Oh, American Equity's going to give $1 million. Imagine getting Mr. Shaw to be the top agent. Then he gets $1 million from American Equity. So we all worked hard as we possibly could. We didn't get none of the agents that worked with us were number one, but we found out the results. Number one agent, guess who it was? The Grim Reaper, Mr. Richard Berry. See how bad I screwed myself over by telling him fine? And the chuckle was, he doesn't know how bad he screwed up by hanging up on me like that. Come to find out, I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, found out meeting with another producer. This is 8, 9 years later. Found out Mr. Richard Berry has moved now to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I was meeting with the agent, another multi-million-dollar producer, and I said, he said, have you ever heard of Richard Berry? I was like, oh, He said, Richard Berry is killing my business. He's destroying it. He moved in, he's destroying my practice. I said, why? He said, I don't know what he's doing. So I looked up Facebook, Richard Berry. Looked up YouTube, Richard Berry. Looked on Financial Planner and Google, Richard Berry. Saw he does a seminar. He does seminars too. And he said, the agent says, I'm 65 years old. I get Richard Berry's mailers. He sends one mailer to invite me to the seminar. He sends me another mailer to remind me for the seminar. And then he sends me another mailer to remind me of the seminar. He sends me 3 mailers for one seminar. And I said, he's the Grim Reaper. I told you he's the Grim Reaper. And he said, well, what can I do to help this? He's destroying my business. My clients are leaving me and going to him. He's moving my own client's business from me. What can I do, Julian? I said, do you have a Facebook account? He said, no. I said, do you have a YouTube account? He said, no. I said, do you have an optimized business website? He said, no. I said, do you have a Twitter account? He said, that's for my grandkid. I am not doing Twitter. I said, you're wrong. Mr. Richard Berry, he's doing it, and your customers are going to him because he's dominating it. He's dominating the space. He's dominating technology. He's new from Dillon, South Carolina, moving, and I found out he writes $15 million a year out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's dominating the space. And, which I'm going to show you how to do today, he's scaling his business. Now he has a bunch of Grim Reapers, insurance agents, working for him, doing the same thing. So he's dominating technology. His many Grim Reapers are dominating technology, and it's all leading back to him, kind of like the Ken Fisher, kind of like the furniture guy in your community, kind of like the auto guy. You know, there's always one auto guy in your community that advertises every day. We're having $50,000 off the Dodge today. Come in today. $10,000 off the new Nissan. Come in today. Here we have Mattress Mac. Gallery furniture will save you money. And what Mattress Mac and what the furniture guy in your community and what the auto guy in your community has done, he has figured out how to become the Grim Reaper, the dominator on TV, the dominator on social media, the dominator on scaling his business. That is why these guys do so much business when it comes to annuity and life insurance sales. So I'm telling you, technology, it is no longer a fiction. It's no longer that social media. You can no longer get upset when 2 people are sitting at a dinner table and they're not talking to each other. They're on their phones. Okay, I get a little upset when my wife's doing that, but get over it. You're the same kind of guy, if you do have that problem, said that you'd never get a cell phone. What do you have now? You're the same guy that said you were never going to do Facebook. What do you have now? Facebook pages. Technology doesn't have an opinion. Technology does not care. Technology doesn't matter what you think anymore. Technology is the key to reaching the masses. Right now, it is so inexpensive to market your business on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. It is like pennies on the dollar. I'm telling you, have you ever heard of supply and demand? What happens when there's more supply than there is demand? Yeah. What happens when there's less supply and more demand? So Coca-Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chevy, all these Fortune 500 companies, they're putting billions of dollars right now into social media advertising because they know they can connect to millions of people at the touch of a button. When they continue to do that, little guys like you and me's cost to advertise on YouTube, on Facebook, is going to go from pennies on the dollar to the dollar now because the supply and demand. What would Facebook rather have? Chevy's money or Julian Dougharty's money? I'd like to say mine, That's right. So, right now the supply and demand, the curve is about to go like this when it's not affordable enough for you and I to do it. Right now, you could do a little Facebook, ad, you can ask most of the agents that I work with that have a broker dealer, they say, what can I say? And they'll say, well, you can say this, 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 and this, and make sure you say securities are offered through, boom, on every one of your videos. And then you can take that same video and you can boost it. You can just go to the ads manager. You can say, I want to reach 20-mile radius, this Facebook post, 20-mile radius around my home. I want the video to touch people that are 55 and 60 years old. I want to spend $1 a day. I want to spend $5 a day. And then you can hit send or boost or post. And that little video that you did is going to be placed in front of the feeds on people's Facebook pages. They're going to be put, on the YouTube, you got a little commercial that pops up. Well, your video would pop up on YouTube when somebody types in an annuity, life insurance. Your video would pop up for $1, for $1.50. And you could hit 5,000 people in weeks' time with your video. I recommend spending $1 on 10,000 videos, $10,000, than spending $10,000 on one video. Because these algorithms, these companies are so smart now that they pick and choose who can post up and where the ads end up and who they end up in front of. So I spent $200,000 last year to advertise DFS Marketing on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, $200,000. I will double that this year because I know how, I want to spend $100,000 a month. That's what I want because I know how inexpensive it is. I know how many agents I can touch. And then I'm doing the same thing with my Guaranteed Prospects to See one-on-one appointment program for customers, for agents, like what Gay did, Donna's friend. We ran an ad on Facebook, set up an appointment for Gay and this customer to meet. The customer had retired from a local plant, was about to retire from a local plant. Gay met the customer 2 times. He was tired of losing money in the market, took 400, called Fidelity, said, liquidate my account. Got a check within 3 days, put the $400,000 in a fixed index annuity for a lifetime worth of income. She made like $35,000 in commissions from one Facebook ad. I'm telling you, it's not fiction anymore. It's a fact that the online marketing, and if you don't have, it all starts with an optimized business website. What do I mean by optimized? Anybody?
Comes to the top of the search engine.
You got it. So an optimized business website is not a GoDaddy or a Wix website that you just put together, but it has the technology built into it that takes it to the top through Spider software. You can, if you spend a little bit of money, you can buy a website that puts your name to the top, and it'll be compliant approved. That puts your name to the top of Google. It's so easy, but it all starts with an optimized business website. Yes, sir?
You guys do anything with snippets?
Hey, don't be using big technology words with me. I'm in sales. But I hire people that do. Yes, we do. All the snippets, all the Spider technology, everything. So the company that we use to build websites, I was so fortunate enough to know this company for many years now. When I worked at BHC Marketing in 2002 or 2003, I used to see this guy pull up in this Corvette. I could see him out the window of my office. He had, like a Hawaiian shirt on, flip-flops, and he'd walking in. And I asked, who is that guy? They said, oh, that's Coleman. He's from Bubble Up. He's building our brand new website. And the president at the time knew the guy for a long time. And he said, that guy, you ever heard of Jimmy Buffett? I said, yeah, everybody's heard of Jimmy Buffett. He said, you ever heard of Margaritaville? Well, that guy builds websites for Jimmy Buffett. And we're having a website built. So fast forward, that's how I met him. And fast forward, Bubble Up has built websites for Jason Aldean, Clay Walker, Aerosmith, Kiss, Houston Texans, Houston Dynamo, like this, like they go, here's $1 million. Luckily, the small guys like me were able to negotiate prices way down, like pennies, for them to build an optimized website using the snippets and the snatchets and all the other technical words to make the producers' websites go to the top. We're using the best in the business is what I'm trying to get at when it comes to building the producers' websites to make them to go to the top. So it's so important that you get with the whole social media and don't go hire somebody to do your stuff, because you're the one that knows everything in the financial services industry. It's in your head. How could you hire a $11 an hour person to post about your financial? Some people will say, I don't have time to post. So I'll hire somebody to post for me, and they'll do the 30 posts, a day or something like that. And you're like, what is this? I want you to post about financial services. I want you to post about annuities, life insurance. I have a 4% fixed rate for 5 years. Post it. They don't know that, so you have to do it. And some of you in here are like, man, I can't even zoom in on a photo. How am I supposed to do all that? I don't even have an app. I don't have a phone that has apps. That's too confusing for me, Julian. It's not for me. It's okay, we can help. We can help. I mean, I know it's very confusing. Every time I have one of these meetings and I'm talking technology and social media to other producers, some of them are like this. That's not for me. I don't know how to do that. But I want to. I know I need to, but I don't know how to do it. It's too confusing. I'm barely making a living. I'm barely surviving. And I don't have time to post to Instagram or Twitter or whatever you're talking about. So we can help. That's what DFS is, a media insurance marketing organization. I know that the old ways of marketing insurance is over. The new ways of marketing insurance and annuities and life insurance is through social media. That's what I believe the future of insurance marketing is. You can do this all on your own. It's easy. It's free if you have some time. But you have to start with an optimized business website. You have to. So, any questions on that? Yes?
So I'm a little slow sometimes, but it's beginning to dawn on me here in the last 30 minutes or so. This GPS
Yes.
is not just you're going to make appointments for me.
GPS is for you
GPS is setting up a system whereby I'm going to get
appointments.
a bunch of appointments through social media.
So, to answer your
Is that
question,
right?
there's two ways, there's two yeses and there's a no in that question.
Okay.
The Guaranteed Prospects to See program is where an agent says, I don't have any time for your social media stuff. I don't believe in it. I'm not going to do it. It's not for me. But I know I need it. I need appointments. And an agent will write $250,000 in business, and then we'll start setting appointments for them.
Okay.
Then we also have a second version of the GPS program, is where we build all that out for the agent.
Kick it up a notch.
And then kick it up a notch. That's right.
Okay.
So the answer is yes, we can. We help with that as well.
Okay.
But the future, believe me, in a year from now, what I'm talking about, it's going to come so true. Everybody else is still all other competitors just product peddling. All marketing insurance organizations in the nation, just believe me at this, they're all looking through the same telescope, talking about the same marketing programs for 20 years now. Here's a lead program. Here's a seminar program. You're sick of hearing it. We're just sick. It doesn't work. It's not working, and it's not the future. If we're DFS Marketing, we're looking at a different telescope, and we're talking a whole different deal here. So, also, the annuity agent pool, there's 2 million agents that are independent that sell fixed index annuities independently. That pool is significantly decreasing, dying off, tired of it, too hard to do, compliance, the DOL rule. This pool is shrinking of insurance agents so fast. But the marketing organization pool is significantly increasing at a rapid rate. So many people right now, so many agents are getting call after call, thousands of calls, it seems like, per month from marketing organizations, product peddling, or talking about the same old marketing system. Nobody is talking about getting, you know how hard it is for me to talk to 65-year-olds, 55-year-olds about sending tweets out? You know, it's like, it just doesn't, you know, it's hard. It's not that you can't have a conversation. It's like, it's not easy to tell somebody to go Instagram somebody, you know, in the insurance business that are millionaires. Some of you are millionaires in here. Some of you write millions of dollars. It's not easy to stand up here and say, go Facebook somebody. You know, it's just doesn't, the words like generation millennials, generation X, baby boomers, and what's before baby boomers? Seniors, just whatever, seniors, you know.
Great generation.
Yeah, there you go. It's hard to talk about that, but nobody's doing it because they don't believe it. They still think that marketing for insurance is through traditional ways, and it's over. It's over. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Shaw. Thank you for all the business recently too. Are you trying to get in my GPS program? That's right. Subscribe to my YouTube channel today to help you get informative, up-to-date information on the annuity and life insurance industry. Thank you.